Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic of your syllabus, tax structure in India or Indian tax structure. We all know that there are three sources of government's revenue. First is tax, second is public borrowing or public debt, and third is deficit financing. Among these three, tax is the most important source of government's revenue. Why? Because public debt or public borrowing involves in burden of interest, and deficit financing generally results in inflation. It creates inflationary pressure in the economy. So in compared to these two sources, tax is the most important source of our revenue. Here, very important points to be noted that it is equally important that the country should have well balanced, well efficient tax structure. अगर टैक्स स्ट्रक्चर बराबर नहीं होगा, a bad, inefficient tax structure can create problems in the economy. Why? Because if direct taxes are not properly devised, it can adversely affect people's ability and willingness to save an investment. At the same time, if indirect tax structure is not properly designed, it can create inflation, it can lead to malallocation of resources. So the country should have well efficient, well designed tax structure. Indian tax structure was evolved in during the British government. During British government, the tax structure of India was very conservative, regressive in nature. Progressive का opposite, regressive in nature, and it confined to only particular section of population. कुछ population को ही cover करता है. And no changes, hardly any changes have been made during the British government, because उनका जो tax structure था वो उनका जो कॉलोनी है, ब्रिटिश कॉलोनी, उसका नीड्स के सेटिस्फाई के लिए था. इट सूट द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द कॉलोनियल रूल ऑफ द ब्रिटिश. ओके, सो हार्डली एनी चेंजेस हैड बीन मेड ड्यूरिंग द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट. Indian tax structure has been changed many times, particularly after independence and particularly after the planning. Okay, many commissions have been set up, many committees have been designed, and they have submitted their reports. On the basis of their reports, recommendations, many changes have been made in our tax structure. So as per your syllabus, today we will discuss what are the objectives of Indian tax policy, and the most important point, what are the salient features, what are the characteristics of Indian tax system. There are many objectives. First is mobilize resources for economic development. We have just discussed that tax is the most important source of our revenue. Second, it can also promote savings and investment. आपको मालूम है ATC में अगर आपको डिडक्शन लेना है तो you have to make investment in PPF, in insurance, etc. It promotes savings and investment. It can also reduce inflation. By imposing tax, government can take away excess purchasing power from the hands of people. It can also help in reducing income inequality. It can also help in optimizing the resources, optimum utilization of resources, etc. There are many objectives of Indian tax policy. So now, what are the salient features? First is rising tax revenue. Okay, you can observe from the data that there has been significant increase in our tax revenue during the planning period. Suppose in 1951 the tax revenue was only 357 crore. Okay, this has increased up to about 10,88,792 crores in 2016-17, and for 17-18 it was projected that 12,27,014 crore. Okay, So the data are suggesting that there has been considerable increase in our tax revenue. What are the reason for that? There is considerable deepening and widening of tax structure. डीप भी हुआ है और वाइड भी हुआ है. Many taxes, indirect taxes are imposed by the government, okay, और टैक्स रेट, डायरेक्ट टैक्स और इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स के रेट भी बढ़ाए गए हैं, नए टैक्स इम्पोज हुए हैं. उसकी वजह से there has been considerable increase in our tax revenue. At the same time, due to increase in production, due to increase in investment, due to increase in savings also, the tax revenue of the government increases. At the same time, increase in non-tax revenue, small savings or borrowing, etc. Non-tax revenue, which was just 49 crore in 1950-51, which increased up to 3,34,770 crore in 2016-17. Okay, so with tax revenue, non-tax revenue of Indian government also increase. Budgetary importance of the tax revenue. You can observe from these two data that in budgetary, so far as tax revenue is considered, tax budgetary importance is quite high. It is 4 to 6 times higher than non-tax revenue. Data से आपको सीधा compare कर सकते हैं. In compare to non-tax revenue, revenue sources from tax revenue is very very high. Okay, about 4 to 6 times higher than non-tax revenue. At the same time, it was also financed 80% of our revenue expenditure till mid 80. उसके बाद थोड़ा कम हुआ है, that is some decline, but taxes are the main source of our budgetary revenue expenditure finance cut. Okay, so this is also very important point. Increase in tax GDP ratio. Tax GDP ratio was very very low when we started our planning. It was just 6.5%, which increased up to 18% in 2016-17. Now टैक्स रेवेन्यू बोथ सेंट्रल और स्टेट का मिला के वो 18% ऑफ जीडीपी होता है. बट व्हेन वी कंपेयर विद द अदर कंट्रीज, पर्टिकुलरली डेवलप्ड कंडीशंस, टैक्स जीडीपी रेशियो इज वेरी कंपैरेटिवली लो इन इंडिया. In Netherlands, about 39.3%. In US, it is more than 30%. In most of the developed countries, tax GDP ratio is about more than 30%. Okay, so in compared to developed countries, tax GDP ratio is comparatively low in India. But there has been significant increase in our tax GDP ratio. Relative share of direct tax and indirect tax. This is the most important point. That so far as India is concerned, there was a predominance of indirect taxes. Indirect taxes इतने हाई थे, उसका proportion इतना हाई था, और डायरेक्ट टैक्स का proportion कम था before 1991. I have told you many times in the class that Indian economy can be divided only in two parts: before 91 and after 91. You can observe from the data. In 1970-71, the ratio between direct and indirect tax, the proportion of indirect tax was 79%, while proportion of direct tax was only 21%. 79% revenues were coming from indirect taxes, while the share of direct tax was only 21%. In 1991, the situation was even worse. 84%. The contribution or share of indirect taxes was 84%, while share of direct tax was just 16%. 84:16. After 1991, we have opened up our companies for multinational companies. We have adopted liberalization policy, licensing दिया गया, industrial licensing हम लोगों ने abolish किया. So there has been considerable increase in production. Okay, corporate tax बढ़ा, income tax में change हुआ. This is the reason why in 2017-78 the proportion was 52% was indirect tax and 84% direct tax. And latest year, even uh, reverse 10. 40%. The share of indirect taxes is 40%, while share of direct tax is 60%. It is quite consistent with the theories of economic development. आपके जो टैक्स स्ट्रक्चर है उसमें डायरेक्ट टैक्स का प्रोपोर्शन ज्यादा होना चाहिए. Personal tax, income tax, as well as corporate tax. So this exactly happened with Indian economy. At present, about 60% revenues are from direct taxes, and while share of indirect taxes just 40%. Yeah, 84 is to 60, 16 say change होके 40 is to 60. So you can understand the significance of liberalization policy in Indian economy. Okay. Next, tends toward lower tax. This is also one of the most important point about the Indian tax system. Indian tax system was very bad, very inefficient, okay, and it is regressive. आप समझ पाए ये data से. You will be surprised to know that till 1970-74, the highest rate of tax above income 2 lakh was 97.75%. Just imagine, अगर आपकी इनकम 2 लाख से ऊपर है तो आपको कितना टैक्स देना पड़ता था? 97.75%. अगर आप 100 रुपीज अर्न कर रहे हैं उसमें से अगर 98% सरकार 98 रुपीज अगर गवर्नमेंट को देना पड़ेगा तो आपके लिए कोई इंसेंटिव रहेगा नहीं. ओके, the tax structure was very bad structure. Okay, so after that Bansu committee has submitted its report, and next year this change, the rate has declined from 97.75% to 66%. After the policy, particularly in industrial reforms, we have well designed our tax structure, and nowadays tax income tax slabs in we have make income tax slab 5%, 10%, 20%, and 30%. 30% is the highest rate of tax. 97.75%, 98 में से हम लोगों ने कितना किया? 30%. There has been great improvement, significant changes in our tax slab, and our tax slab is comparatively low in compared to many other countries. At present, there are two regime, old regime and new regime. Old regime है up to 2.5 lakh nil tax, 2.25 lakhs about 5%, 2.5 to 10 20%, and above 10 30%. There are two regimes. Old regime में, new regime में है up to 2.5 no tax, 2.5 to 5 lakhs 5%, 2.5 to 755 lakhs 10%, then 20%, and 30%, etc. Okay, but highest rate of tax is 30%. Okay, so this is the significant changes have been made, particularly in direct tax structure. At the same time, we have also made changes in indirect taxes. Indirect taxes was also very high. The purpose was to protect Indian industries from the foreign products. So you can have before 1991 import duty was 300%. It means अगर आप 1 लाख रुपए की कोई प्रोडक्ट ले रहे हैं तो आपको 3 लाख रुपया उसके ऊपर ड्यूटी देना पड़ेगा. सो वो प्रोडक्ट आपको कितने में मिलेगी? 4 लाख में. Import duty was very high because our policy, India was a closed economy. We wanted to protect our industries from international competition. So import duty was very high, custom duty also very high. So when we announced this policy, new policy, we have slashed import duty from 300% to direct 20%. And in many cases now it is just 10%. At the same time, custom duty also has declined, and for many products, many items now it is below 15%. So far as trends is considered, many changes have been made both in direct tax structure and indirect tax structure. Relative shift of shift in relative importance of different taxes when we started our planning. Okay, before our planning, in before 1950, income tax and corporate tax was the main source of our revenue. उसके बाद हम लोगों ने इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन स्टार्ट किया, particularly since the beginning of the second five-year plan we have been investing much and much money on the development of industry. सेकेंड 5-year प्लान में इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन को प्रमोट किया गया, ह्यूज इन्वेस्टमेंट वाज मेड टू डेवलप बेसिक एंड हैवी इंडस्ट्रीज. तो उसके बाद इंपॉर्टेंस बढ़ा एक्साइज ड्यूटी. Excise duty, sales tax are the major sources of our revenue till 1991. 91 के बाद से फिर से income tax, personal taxes and corporate taxes are the main source of our revenue. We have just discussed that in at present time the share of direct tax, ratio of direct tax and indirect tax is 40:60. 40% from indirect taxes, 60% from direct taxes. So again, corporate tax and income tax are the more major sources of our revenue. Service tax, on the basis of the Chelaya Committee, in 1994, the government has introduced service tax. Initially, the rate of service tax was just 5%, and it was for some services, for telephone, stockbroking, insurance, etc., etc. In 2012-13 budget, except for 17 services, all the services are included in service in the regime of service sector. And so far as revenue receipt is concerned, service sector, service in the service tax occupies a very, very important place. And in 2016-17, the total revenue received from the service tax was about 2,31,000. उसके बाद आपको मालूम है कि GST has been introduced in India from 1st July 2017. So now service tax is in GST. But so far as revenue collection of GST, the share or proportion of service tax is also very, very high. Service tax occupies a very, very important place in the collection of tax revenue. Okay, so this is about Indian tax structure. Okay, so in this lecture we discuss what are the objectives of tax policy in India, and what are the salient features of Indian tax system. Okay, in compared to other sources like public borrowing and public debt and deficit financing, tax is the most important source of our revenue. At the same time, the government should have well efficient and well balanced tax structure. अगर tax structure बराबर नहीं होगा तो country की progress नहीं होगी. So you can understand from the salient features of our tax structure that many changes have been made in our tax structure during the planning period. आज के लिए इतना रहेगा. थैंक यू वेरी मच.